on? What is going on? We are back in black in the building. Shout out to everybody out there. Hey, man, I appreciate everybody out there listening. Shout out to James Youngblood, David No Compromise, Tasha, Shawnee, Erica, Bodiless Passenger. All y'all already know what it is. You know what it ain't. Hey, this is going to be a great one today. I didn't need to watch what we're about to talk about today to have a comment on it. Today's podcast is about sending the wrong message. We're going to talk about the NAACP Image Awards and your girl Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade with the sucker shit. Let's get into it. Man. Hey, James Youngblood, man. Hey, you are not lying when it comes to... I want to touch on that a little bit because my brother left a long, detailed, straight to the point message. Bro, you was spitting so many facts. That college tuition shit ain't no joke. College as a whole ain't no joke. And I'm a firm believer in educating us the right way. Meaning, if you're going to go to school, make sure you're going to school and there's a need behind it. What do you mean a need? A need meaning this. You're going to go to school to be a plumber. You're going to go to school to be, you know, a doctor, you know, something like that. But not just going to school so, you know, you could you can have a degree in something because you're trying to prove something to somebody. I don't want people doing that. We have enough of us out there just going to school to prove to people that you can get their education. Shout out to everybody that got the education. I call it the plantation passport. That's what I call education. The corporate plantation passport. It gets you from one job to the other. That's what I call it. And I think that we have to do a better job of educating our kids in the United States of America Incorporated, that just because you get that education does not mean you're going to be the CEO of that company or you're going to move up to higher heights and you're going to move up the hierarchy of needs charts. No. I've worked and been around people at these corporate plantations that have master's degrees and they're working in the same department as Warren, who has no degree. So that doesn't necessarily mean anything. You want to find a need and then find the solution at the same time. And I think we need to stop misinterpreting what a college education can really do for our youth. That's what I will say. And if you're going to go to school and handle business, that's fine. But if you're going to school and your tuition is expensive and you getting all these grants and loans and stuff, and then, you know, when you're done with your 4-year degree, you owe $190,000. I don't know, unless you're a doctor or a lawyer and you're going to be a prosecutor or something like that. I don't know if that's a great idea, because I know professional schoolgoers where they're going to school for this degree and that degree and all these other goddamn degrees, and they still at the same position at their job. So I don't know if they just want to be educated. I don't know what it is, because to me, education ain't nothing but memory. That's all it is. They're telling you what to memorize. You show them that you have good memory and they give you a degree. That's all it is to me. Unless you're a doctor or a lawyer or you're going to school, you know, for finance, something like Dr. Boyce Watkins. But that's just my take on that. And I love what my brother James Youngblood said, because it was straight to the point. And he was not lying. It is very, very serious for the black minority. It's very, very serious for foundational black Americans, because we have a lot of us going to school and a lot of us are not putting those degrees to use. A lot of us are not understanding, don't go to school to get no degree in African American studies and then think you're going to get some $100,000 a year job, motherfucker. That's not going to happen. So I think I'm going to probably try to do a part 2 and, you know, get this going. Of course, I got to fix my live where I think it's my memory on my computer once I get that going. But anyway, let's talk about the subject at hand. I don't have much time, but I want to talk about the subject at hand. Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union. Dwayne Wade was one of my favorite players. I think top 3-point guard of all times. I mean, shooting guard to me, behind Kobe and Jordan. I think if he would have stayed healthy and really been into his craft instead of just fucking all day, I think he would have been all right. But hey, that's here nor there. I'm not mad at him. What I particularly do not like and don't understand is, don't play with people's kids, man. And I have never really been a fan of Gabrielle Union. I think she is very condescending towards black folk. I think she caters and dog whistles to white folk, to the dominant society. And I don't like how she's playing a game. That's not your son. That's somebody else's son. And the mother of that son is very not pleased with what you're doing as you're masquerading their black son around, because the black son, you know, maybe is feeling a certain way. It has been said also that that black son was into girls before she came around. Now, here's my issue. That's not your child, and you don't have a right to play games with other people's children. When you take on the role of said parent, it is your job to handle the children with care. Not to handle the children in your liking because you think that the children are Mr. Potato Head and you can kind of just do what the fuck you want to do. And I'm sorry, but I've never really been a fan of Gabrielle Union. Gabrielle Union wants to be this big time Hollywood celebrity, but if y'all notice, she's always in these lower level films. You know what I mean? And I think a lot of people kind of just overlook her because she's just not really that hot and that great of an actor as far as Hollywood is concerned. Now, maybe in Black Hollywood, she probably has a little bit of naysay, but Black Hollywood to me is ran by the Oprahs, was the Lee Daniels and the Tyler Perrys of the world. But giving them an image, an NAACP Image Award for her masquerading a child that's not hers, because that child, you know, at this point in time wants to identify as something else, which is going against the belief system of his mother. Now let's break this down. The mother is God. When you could harvest an embryo, an egg, a seed into you for 9 months and pass that child through your body, you're a God. Living a human experience. No diss to nobody else, but who has the right to masquerade and play games with a child that you did not hold for 9 months inside of your stomach in nature and nurture and pass through your vagina? That's just my belief system. You don't have a right to do that. What your right should be is, hey, I'm going to hold up the beliefs of what Nay said, the mother and the dad. If the mother and the dad are not getting along, then it looks like you're in a pickle. But even within that pickle, you have to have a moral compass. And I don't believe Gabrielle Union possesses one, because you wouldn't do that to somebody's child. That's not your child to do that with. That's a conversation you need to have behind closed doors. And Dwayne Wade, I don't even know what to say, man. I'm just so disappointed. But then again, I'm not disappointed because people will do these things and go out of their way to be relevant so they can keep padding those bank accounts. So I'm just like, wow, why would you do that? And why would you allow this lady? That's not her son. And for her to do that is kind of creepy. Don't be playing with people's kids. Just like I'm looking at the Larsa Pippen thing, and I like Michael Jordan's kids, man. For the most part, they calm, they collected. You don't never really hear shit about them. You don't never really see nothing about them. I think Michael Jordan and Juanita Jordan did a great job. What I am saying about Larsa Pippen is, you better not be fucking playing with Marcus Jordan, because that's black royalty. That's not a good idea for you to do that. Because you say, well, Warren, why are you saying that? Because you're playing with somebody's kid. You 15, 20 years older than this kid. So the way he looks at you is totally different from how you look at him. And if you don't feel the same way about him that he does about you, you better get the fuck away from him, because you're playing with somebody's child, and you're not gonna want nobody doing that with your children. And you can find plenty of motherfuckers your age. And there's no diss, because for the most part, for me, Larsa Pippen, she has a right to date whoever the fuck she wants, and she can do whatever the fuck she wants to do. I just want to make sure she's not being predatory with whom she's dating. That's all. That's all I'm saying. She doesn't seem like she's all fucked up. She seems like she has a general nice personality. I don't know these people behind closed doors. I'm just looking at it from a standpoint of, that's a young brother. And that's a young brother who he's grown up with money. his whole life. So maybe his interpretation of what he wants to date is different as well. So I'm not mad at that. I'm just saying don't play with people's kids. That's what I'm saying. We do not need to be playing with people's kids. And when it comes to Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union, Dwayne Wade, I really think he's a beta and something. He must have a mental block, because I just don't understand why you would do that. I just really don't understand why you would do that. But, Gabrielle Union, to me, I think should be chastised amongst Black Hollywood in that circle and be like, why are you doing that? Like, no, why are you doing that? Like, no, not Dwayne Wade. Why are you doing it? Why do you think that's funny? But then again, I don't know, man. I should have known something that's different when she was laying in the bed with no makeup on, with her hair all everywhere, posting a picture of her baby like she just gave birth to a baby, and she didn't. So she had a surrogate mom. So I was like, well, this picture is confusing. Some people just want to be relevant for no reason, and I don't understand that. But that is the basis of what my mentality is. I want people to leave comments, James Youngblood, Tasha, all y'all. What do y'all think about it? That's just my perspective. I think that the NAACP and the Boule crowd, they want to promote this because this is the dominant society's agenda. And the Boule, the Talent 10, whatever you want to call it, our so-called overseers or gatekeepers that have, been put in line or whatever, that's that Sambo mammyism. And I really believe in my heart of hearts about Gabrielle Union and people like her that I really believe that they possess the mammyism and they need Sambo and Mammy rehab. And they need to watch Black Labor White. They need to read Black Labor White Wealth. They need to watch Hidden Colors. Matter of fact, I'm about to download the streaming service. Now, shout out to Tariq Nasheed for opening up Hidden Colors. I don't want to hear nobody say shit about Tariq Nasheed because that nigga's an executor. I'm going to keep saying that. It's about execution. So I don't want to hear shit. No, I don't want to hear no nigga come up to me talking, I don't give a fuck what's going on. That's the problem with black folk. We always want to know what somebody's business is. But when it came to John F. Kennedy, man, John F. Kennedy fucking every hoe in the White House. And nobody said shit about that. So y'all want to be like the dominant society? Stop worrying about what people are doing in their own business and just listen to the message and get the fuck home. You not fucking them. You not living with them. Who cares? Motherfuckers will go to church to pay tithes for a pastor, and the pastor fucking every bitch in the church. And look at Jamal Bryant, that pastor out of Baltimore. That nigga fucking hoes. But he still got a packed out church. And can't no nigga tell you can't tell a nigga nothing about Pastor Jamal Bryant. They still go to their church. Now, why we can't have that same mentality when it comes to other things? And why don't we have or possess the mentality of, nah, Gabrielle, you doing too much. That kid is way too young to be deciding that he want to be a woman. You doing too much. And you are at the forefront. You are the welder behind that fire. And I think she thinks it's cute and it's funny and all this other shit. But look, let me just tell you straight out. She's a fake, phony bitch. I'm going to just keep that shit all the way real. Fake, phony bitch. And I think it looks good for Dwayne Wade's image that he got a fake, phony bitch like that, because I think some people just want to uphold, I guess, a certain type of imagery, so you keep getting them endorsement deals and them paychecks and all that, but that's a fake, phony bitch to me. Nah. Look, you have been an actor in Hollywood? Nah. You know how to turn it on and turn it off. Stop it, Gabrielle Union. I'll say it for us. You're full of shit. That's not your child. You keep fucking playing games with somebody else's kids, and the ancestors are going to take a hold of you. And that's all I'm going to say. You better leave people's kids alone, man. That's one thing I do not play. Don't play with people's kids, man. If your intentions are not good by those kids, then get the fuck away from them. Don't be around hovering over them, trying to be the helicopter parent, pretending like you really care about them, but you got your own agenda. Then I'm telling you, y'all heard it first here. Now, when the ancestors get a hold of that bitch, because you up here playing the game with that little boy, especially after mama done came out and said, hey, man, that ain't cool. I don't want my son doing that. And you keep playing the game, you gonna see. But hey, man, that's my time. I don't want to go over it. You already know what it is. Go check out the NAACP Awards. Go check out that interview with Tamron Hall. She was going in on Larsa Pippen. I would have too. Not because who she is. I'm going at you because that kid is 16 years younger than you. So we don't know where his mind, he's probably been raised and socialized to be very guarded in certain ways, but not when it comes to women. We don't know. You know what I mean? So that's all I'm saying. You know, because to me, George's kids, they kids to me. They're young black kids. And I don't want them out there all strung out over some elderly woman because she want to be Stella got her groove back. You do that shit with your own racial group. That's where my issue is, if your intentions are not pure. If they are pure, then shout out to Larsa Pippen. I'm not mad at her. I know she's got kids in the NBA as well, and I hope they do well. They're young black kids. So I don't have nothing against Larsa Pippen, but if your intentions are not ethical and not coming with a moral compass, I have an issue with that. Because the first thing I'm gonna tell you is you do that with your own community. You don't come in the black community doing that. We got enough problems to be bothered with. But hey, man, that's my time. Hey, y'all know what it is, y'all know what it ain't. Hey, man, I'm Warren G, the place to be. Been clowning sucker free since 2003. Y'all already know what it is. I appreciate y'all listening. I told you I love it. Only thing I got to get my live going back, but I love just the people that listen. Like y'all already know, I'm not on here on some clout chasing shit. Make sure y'all go check out Dave from No Compromises podcast. Go check it out. I want him to do a part 2 with them sisters where he interviewed them about black businesses. I would really love to be on that panel because I want to speak for those sisters. Those sisters were, shout out to them sisters. They were very intelligent. They're very articulate and intelligent. Black businesses, and they were very, very much on code as far as just trying to get the message out, but not dog our people out. And I love it. I'm going to be on code too, but I'm going to call out a lot of these bullshitting so-called black people that want to recycle black dollars, but they want to question you 30 times a day for the same goddamn product. But anyway, that's another story. Hey, I got nothing but love for you. Hey, man, y'all know what it is. You know what it ain't. I'm out. Guilty, nigga. Peace.